It's time once again for...
Mark Webb, Knowledge Investigator.
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Webb. I just bought a bicycle so that I could get some exercise with my wife. But I'm not sure about how it fits. It's been a long time since I've used a new bike, and I'm a little nervous about riding it on the road with traffic as well. Did I waste my time and money buying this new bike?
Certainly not. All of your concerns have simple solutions, but sometimes no one explains them well. I'll get right on it.
Explore the totality of human knowledge and discover how it's all related as you follow the adventures of the man with the action-packed brain case, America's fabulous freelance knowledge investigator.
Yours kinetically, Mark Webb. The bicycle has caused some revolutions in sociology since Kirkpatrick Macmillan first perfected its design in the first half of the 19th century. Although it was quite fashionable, it democratized transportation in the late 1800s. Bicycles brought huge numbers of workers to defense factories in the US and Britain, helping to win World War II. Later, Americans experienced a bit of big-time European sporting culture during the bicycle boom of the 1970s. And in the environmentally conscious 21st century, bicycles are changing the way Americans commute to and from work. So how can you make sure that your ride feels comfortable and you feel confident? First, put your saddle and handlebars in the right position. I often see riders pedal with their saddles much too low. When you ride, your legs should be almost straight without locking your knee. If your saddle is too low, you'll tire yourself out quickly and you'll eventually do damage to your knees. Here's how to set the proper height. In bare feet or thin socks, use the spine of a book as a saddle. Stand close to a wall and mark where the spine of the book hits it. Measure this height. Remember, your subsequent calculations will be easier if you use metric units. For me, this height is 86.7 centimeters. Now multiply this inseam by 0.883. Why 0.883? Well, in the late 70s, a French professional cycling team conducted an extensive series of tests that determined this produced the optimum combination of leg power and efficient oxygen use by your muscles. The result, 76.6 centimeters in my case, is called the total height. Mark this on your tape measure for future reference. Position your saddle so that the total height is the distance from the center of the crank axle to the part of the saddle that you sit on while riding. If this is significantly higher than how your saddle is currently set, move it up gradually, perhaps 1/8 of an inch every 3 or 4 rides. Place your bike on a flat stretch of ground and make sure your saddle is level. As you develop a feel for your bike, you may eventually want a slight tilt up or down, but nothing major. Next, make sure your fore and aft saddle position is correct. To do this, sit on your bike and place your pedals in a horizontal position. With some downward pressure on the forward pedal, the front of your kneecap should be directly over or slightly behind your pedal axle. If you don't have a plumb bob handy, you can use a heavy fishing lure and a length of line. Some people feel this puts them too high and does not allow them to reach the ground while sitting on the saddle. But saving your knees is worth it in the long run, though. Reaching the ground is as simple as standing on one pedal and stepping with the other foot down onto the ground. Huge, thick, padded saddles might seem comfortable, but like Cadillac bench seats in the 1970s, they'll give you no support and will fatigue you. A leather saddle will break in over time, just like a baseball glove. Soft where it needs to be, supportive where it needs to be. Because I ride this bike to work, I use a saddle cover to make sure that my slacks don't get stained from the leather dye. And the saddle itself is protected from any rain or spray that might fly up off the tires. A firm synthetic and plastic saddle can work well too, but it will never break into you for a custom fit. Different types of riding call for different handlebar heights and body extensions. An upright position allows traffic to see you easily and allows you to see scenery. However, it concentrates your weight on your sit bones and isn't really efficient for longer or faster rides. That type of cycling calls for lower bars and greater extension. Second, make sure you have all of the tools and spares that you need while riding. You'll need a spare tube and tire levers, and make sure to practice changing a tire before you have a flat out on the road. Tube patching kits can also help in extreme circumstances. A small multi-tool can adjust most of the screws and hex nuts on your bike. You'll need wrenches for the various nuts on your bike, especially if you don't have quick-release hubs. I carry a spoke wrench in case my wheels need truing, but this repair does require some practice. And I never leave home without the United States Constitution. You never know when somebody's going to try to oppress you. Carry a pump matched to the style of valve that your inner tubes have. Carry a water bottle so you can stay hydrated. Panniers help to distribute your load if you're touring or commuting, but make sure to attach them so your heel won't hit them as you pedal. Third, be sure to know the specific regulations for bicycles wherever you ride. Even though it's just common sense, most states require a light and red reflectors or flashers for night use. In New York State, bikes must have a bell. But in Massachusetts, cyclists must warn anyone they pass orally by calling on your right or on your left. No matter where you are, you must ride on the right and in the same direction as traffic. Signal a stop by putting your hand down. Signal a right turn by raising a bent arm upwards. An arm extended horizontally means a left turn. Remember, always use your left arm so cars can see the signal. I cannot emphasize this enough. It's really important that you follow these traffic rules. It's reasonable for you to expect cars to follow the rules so you're safe. It's just as reasonable for them to expect you to follow the rules so they know what you're doing and so you don't take anyone by surprise. Fourth, knowing some helpful techniques will enhance your experience. When riding in traffic, stay to the right of but near the white line. This will keep you off of the sewer grates and away from most of the debris that collects on the sides of the road. When turning, raise the pedal on the inside. This will keep the pedal from hitting the ground and knocking you off balance. When you brake strongly, or when going downhill, shift your weight back. This will help you maintain control of the bicycle. When you dismount, walk your bike from the left side whenever possible. This will keep the chain grease off of your lower extremities. And the pedal kickstand trick comes straight out of the bike culture of Europe. It can give you instant credibility. Find a curb or rock or step. Place the bike down so that the pedal rests on it and tries to move forward as the bike leans. It takes a little practice, but voila, the bike is upright without a kickstand. Let's see that again. Above all, be confident and have fun. Cycling's great if you use a little common sense.
All right. It'll take some work and some practice, but I think I can do this. Thanks so much, Mr. Webb.
End of investigation. End of report. Remarks? Despite what television and other popular media would have you believe, cycling does not have to be extreme, dangerous, or difficult. You don't even need to wear form-fitting Lycra and special shoes, although for some rides you might want to. But whatever your goals, ride to work, ride to the store to pick up a quart of milk, ride along a river on a lovely spring day, ride along the seashore on your vacation. You'll be more in touch with your surroundings, and you'll feel better for having done it. Yours kinetically, Mark Webb.